Hello everyone, welcome to the NightThemedRave. I am one of your hosts, Raven the Rave. Just call me Raven. I'm joined with our usual hosts, Monkey.
Hello everyone, my name is Lord Monkey. I am, as per usual, very wholesome and glad to be back.
And Karma.
Welcome back everybody, I'm Arif Karma, the stuffed one of these podcasts.
And tonight we're joined by our guest, Borger27. Or just
Hey,
Borger.
how's it going, everyone? How you guys doing? It's your boy Borger. It's been a while. Haven't been here in what has it been, like a year? I don't know. How you guys doing?
Yeah, I wonder if I actually have your Discord reactive still. I was thinking about that, and I'm like, I wonder if it's still there.
I don't think we...
I saw it. Yeah, I saw it. Like a glimpse of it.
There we go.
Yeah, it's somewhere around there. You can put me in the corner.
Yeah, actually, is this a picture or is this a reactive? This is a picture.
This is a
It's
picture.
okay.
This is
You guys
only-
know what he sounds
It's
like.
fine.
Yeah.
You can just put me peeking from the corner or something. That'll work.
Yep, that's what I'm doing. So,
Let's go.
today's epic topic is going to be about Fallout, specifically the 3D Fallouts.
Ooh.
I don't think most of us here know a lot about the original Fallouts. I know a little bit about them. Borger
I
does.
think they were mostly text-based.
They're not text-based. That is incorrect.
Think of like
They're
over
not
the
like
top
Morrowind.
isotomic. Yeah, think like over the top like gameplay.
Isometric.
stuff. Isometric. That's the word. Yeah, I don't know what I was saying.
Yeah.
There, I was already wrong.
We just...
I mean, that's just the usual by now.
There we go. I think audio should be good. If anyone is in chat and says the audio is messed up, just let us know. Yes, we'll also talk about a little bit about Fallout 76 if you guys know anything about it.
Oh, what's up, alcoholics? How you doing?
Yeah. So, I started the Fallout series on Fallout 3 back when it came out on the Xbox 360. I fucking fell in love with the game even though I wasn't allowed to play it. Well, you know, I was
Why?
young. I was young.
Hey, speaking of the Xbox 360, wanna know what I was told by a kid?
What?
What's that?
I was told by a kid that he wanted a retro console, that he wanted an Xbox 360.
I mean, yeah, technically it is a retro console now. It came out before 2010. It's over 10 years old.
That's actually insane if you think about it. Holy shit.
I feel old.
Honestly.
Yeah.
But does that really make it a retro console?
I mean, yeah.
I thought I had to be like 15 years old. in
I think it
order to
is
be
like
retro.
15 years old. Fallout Shelter is only Fallout.
Got it.
Wow.
She's
Zoe has
basically
only
said
played
that.
Fallout Shelter? That is so sad.
Yeah. Yeah, it's funny.
It's better than
Borgia,
me.
you
I
have
haven't
to
played any
educate
of
your
them.
girlfriend. Come on.
Look, I've tried. Actually, not really. Gamer, okay.
I'm a gamer baby. Yeah, you're just a baby. Zoe is baby. So, I was gonna say, I fell in love with the series at Fallout 3, played it as much as I could, and then I got Fallout New Vegas, the Collector's Edition, the day that it launched. I made my mom go stand in line at GameStop and get it at, like, midnight for me. And then I played it before school, then I had to go to school right after that. I still have, like, the Platinum Chip and the art book and stuff like that, like the comic that came with it, explaining, like, Benny's backstory before the actual start of it, and, I think his name was Chance. Yeah. And then I played Fallout 4, and then my love for the series started to waver a bit. And then I pre-ordered Fallout 76, played the beta, like the closed beta they sent only to like specific people, and refunded the game, and then haven't touched it. I also did play Fallout Shelter.
For people that don't know what Fallout is, like Alcoholics is, I don't know if Alcoholics is joking or not, but
I think he
what
is
is
joking,
Fallout
but
game about?
Fallout
Yeah,
is
but
a
for-
game that takes place after World War III.
Basically,
Some of the games
the
take place a
world would
long
fucking
time,
be-
some of the games take place like shortly after in case of 76. But basically
If
there
there
were
are other-
vaults where people went inside of to escape the nukes that were going off that happened between all of the governments.
But
and
oh, sorry. I was
no,
gonna
go
say,
ahead, boy.
But
Go
in
ahead.
case, but unbeknownst to the people going into said vaults, they were not really meant to save people. They were meant for social experiments by the government. which is the main
Really?
reason of Vault. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait,
If you go
I-
into vaults in most
Yeah.
Fallout games, you'll find like Fallout in Vault 101 from Fallout 4 was meant to experiment cryostasis on human bodies.
What the hell?
Yeah,
That's
there's
pretty cool
another
stuff.
one where everyone slowly became Gary. There's one
What?
where they tried. There was actually one. There was multiple, I think, but there's only one in game that we're ever told actually was supposed to not have an experiment and was actually supposed to be like a perfect utopia. But as soon as the doors opened, raiders came in and just like fucked with everyone.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
What I know, what I know about the Fallout series is nukes drop, you survive, you go through a wasteland type thing, you do shit, you do more shit, you blow shit up. You get a
So
you get
next to nothing.
a nuke launcher. And then that's all I
Fat
know.
Man, yes.
Yeah, the Fat Man launcher, yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of cool though, because like going from like, because I know Raven mentioned earlier, but most people, especially nowadays, no offense to fans of Fallout, but most people have no idea about the originals, or have even played them, or even would want to play them. The first one, the second one, and Tactics, which is kind of like a weird spinoff.
Oh, for your Brotherhood.
Those
brother.
games really capture like a really good, like, I personally think really good storytelling in the sense of like an actual dread in a wasteland world, because they feel empty even though there's content there. It just feels so empty and just it's so good. I love it.
But the only problem with it is a bit archaic.
Outdated.
Yeah.
It's also a bit outdated, honestly.
Also,
I love the games, but
I tried playing them when I was younger, and I was literally scared of the CGI, the way they moved when they talked and stuff in like cutscenes.
yeah, like early '90s CGI.
Yeah.
You don't admit
Fair
that
enough.
like these game are old, but I fucking play the old Castlevania games.
Well, yeah, I think, let me actually Google really quick when the original Fallout came out.
1997, if I remember correctly.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah, 97. That came out a year before I was born. A year and
Oh.
like half a month.
I was born that
You're
year.
ancient.
It was
You're
destined.
ancient.
Yeah.
It was destined for me to be a Fallout guru. I was born that year.
Oh, Fallout
Yeah,
2
you-
came out 16 years after my birthday. I mean, 16 days after my birthday.
Jeez.
So you've played Fallout 1, 2, and Tactics?
Yep. And
have you-
3.
have you
and
played-
Brotherhood of Steel.
Have
Yeah, all
you
of them.
played
I played every single-
Brotherhood of... You did say you had played Brotherhood of Steel, yeah?
on the PS2. I actually own it. Yeah. I own the
Interesting.
game.
I've heard that game is absolutely dreadful.
It is absolutely dreadful, but I will tell you, it is one game that is really fun to play co-op because it's so bad that it's just funny to laugh at. It's laughable at best, but it's a fun experience to at least play one time through. It's
Is it kind of like
if-
Fallout 76 co-op?
something like that, but it's actually based on an old. It's by Blue Skies, which they done. I don't know if you guys know or anyone watching knows, but there's an old game series that's still my favorite on the PS2 era. Was Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance, like. It's basically like Dungeons and Dragons, but like over the top. It's such a good series if anyone's interested in looking it up. But I love that Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance series, and that Fallout Brotherhood of Steel is based on those games with the same play style. It just does not fit Fallout at all. The music's weird. It's like heavy metal. It's such a weird like combination of gameplay and just an amalgamation of just whatever the hell. But it is a fun playthrough to play through at least one time, just for the laughs, I guess.
Fallout with heavy metal? No.
It's a
Yeah.
weird ass. It's a weird.
No.
That sounds a lot like Warhammer.
Honestly,
Fallout with heavy metal.
fuck.
one of my favorite guys. I forgot his name. I think his name was Cyrus. Because the story for that game is pretty simple. Your brotherhood initiates looking for one of the head paladins that disappeared somewhere in Texas, which is cool. It takes place in Texas, by the way, which is cool.
2 minutes.
Okay.
But it's a cool little game.
And for anyone wondering, the gameplay up on screen is Fallout 1.
That's the first fall. That's after you exit the vault. That's the first part of the game. 10-year-old me tried playing that. I had no idea what to do, and I just left. I didn't touch the game for almost 6 years. And
This
then
is
once I got to high school, I was
metal
like, let's try it again. It's a fun game. Not for everyone though, as by looking at it, you can tell it's a very confusing game to look at first. I mean, there's a lot of like little buttons everywhere, a lot of little like numbers, and people they see that and they're just like, "What is this?" So
Yeah.
you know, it's
Just
they're very
watching
quiet.
it, I'm like, what the hell is going on?
Yeah, definitely. It's I personally think though it has the best storytelling of any of all, older game for old games in that time. It's really good. I think it's really good. Some of the voices are good. The combat's not the most intense. It's turn-based combat.
Yeah,
Oh,
so in
God.
case you were curious about what you're actually looking at here, the way this works is essentially it's turn-based combat. As soon as you get into combat, you roll initiative, basically. It's a lot like D&D in that sense. And then as soon as you start actually getting into the fight, there's a percentage to hit your opponent, and you can also use Vats or target a specific body part. And then I think most weapons have multiple forms of attack as well.
Yes. Normally, if you right-click on the item that you have equipped, you'll for instance, the spear right here, you'll have a thrust button that requires a certain amount of AP, which are action points, which are those little green things above your, I guess, in the HUD. But I think for the spear, there's actually a throw option, which is like 7, I think. So
Yeah.
I wouldn't recommend throwing a spear. But yeah, it's you can do that. Also, one of my favorite things with the older games that the newer games do not do, especially 4 and 76, for God, the thing they don't do is that this game has a, how do I say it? They have damage types in the sense of like armor has 6 different resistances against different damage types. Like no other Fallout games, and especially the newer ones, don't do that. You just have like, you know, your normal damage resistance and DT from all damage types. While this game, you have normal damage, which is, you know, blunt, you know, melee attacks, bullets. You got laser, which are laser weapons, plasma, fire damage, electrical damage, and explosive damage. So there's 6 different types of damage types.
Actually, Fallout 4 at the very least has all of those damage types. By the way, they're just only on like 1 weapon each.
Basically, yeah. Yeah, I guess that's fair. But armor in this game there's 6. There's like they list all of them basically.
Yeah, they list all of them. Others. That's what you mostly mean.
Yeah, they list all the damage types on the armors and stuff, which is cool. Like metal armor is really good against laser. It's laser defense and that kind of stuff, you know.
Yeah, here actually, this is a good example of what the gameplay is like.
Or the metal reflects the lasers, which is why it negates like 80% of the damage, which is funny, I guess. I don't know, it's weird.
Yeah, so to use a skill in like the old Fallouts, you have to open the skill decks, and then you select which skill you want to use, and then you click on a person, and if you're successful, it'll just happen, and then this is what the inventory looks like. It's very archaic.
That man's about to steal some stuff.
Yeah, with a 20% chance to steal as well.
You know, it's funny.
I like that style though.
It has its own charm. Like I said, there's no how do I say it? It can look very bland, just especially if you're a newer person, or especially in this time, in this age. Like you look at this, you're just like, this looks boring as hell. But it's endearing. I promise. It's fun.
Compared to the games I'm used to.
You don't play this for the graphics. You play it because you enjoy the gameplay, the story, or both.
Yeah,
exactly. I love it because I love the Fallout universe. I've always loved it, and New Vegas to me is my favorite out of all of them, along with 2 and New Vegas are my 2 favorites.
I want to play it.
Oh, you gotta play New Vegas, bro. But New Vegas, kind of sad to say, but New Vegas, the total time I have in that game, at least for PC, is about probably 1,000 hours.
What are you saying, archaic? Yes, I am saying that you're old.
And for the PS3, I have about 800 hours, 700 maybe. So I have almost 2,000 hours of playtime in New Vegas.
To death.
Yeah, so as you might have noticed, in Brotherhood of Steel and onward, they get away, or they do away with the turn-based system and opt of a real-time combat.
It's overhead. It looks just like Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance. Honestly.
It does.
Like it's basically supposed to be like that.
Oh yes, my favorite way of killing things, punching them to death.
That game is so bad. It's funny, but God, it's so bad. Such a weird ass game.
Then, so you saw gameplay of 1 and 2 and 3, or you saw gameplay of the first 3 games excluding Tactics. And then,
cool. So,
when you actually get to Fallout 3 is when you get to the unique gameplay that we all see nowadays. And I'll just skip randomly ahead to where he has a gun. And there you go. This is a first-person shooter now.
Definitely, yeah.
Which looks better to me.
Yeah, it definitely does.
Yeah.
Also,
3 is actually a really good game. 3 gets a lot of crap for being, well, it's a Bethesda game, right? But I enjoy 3. I love what it changed into. If hater to love it, it did wonders for the game, because until this point, the only other games you've had recently from Fallout were Brotherhood of Steel, and you saw that earlier. So
yeah,
it's not really, Fallout wasn't a big thing back then. Back early on it was, but like after the early 2000s, there wasn't much going on until 2008, which is when this game came out.
but there is a very big divide in the Fallout community between people who like the new games and people who like the old games, and then I guess people who like both. But like me and Borger like both, but
I love both. I would say is I think the more common one, especially nowadays for newer players, there's people that like Fallout 3 New Vegas, and there's people that like 4 and 76 because of their newer,
that too.
quote-unquote. I mean, personally, I've played 76. I played 76 when it first came out. I got rid of it after about 20 minutes, and then I played a demo of it or something. And then Fallout 4, I played it maybe 80 hours, and I was like, all right, cool, I'm done with this. And I went right back to playing New Vegas for another 800 hours.
Yeah, so if you've never played one of the Fallout games, there is this interesting thing that separates it from most first-person shooters called Vats. Basically, you press this button and it pulls up this menu, and you see how you can click on different body parts, and they each have a different percentage. That is your chance to hit them, and the bar there is how much life that limb has, and you can cripple and destroy people's limbs. So this guy has a 60% chance to shoot the torso, so he just does that, hits play, and it just shoots for him. But, as you see on the bottom right, right here, there's an AP, which stands for action points, and you have to let it recharge or use consumables that recharge it before you can use your VATS again.
Okay, that makes sense.
So it's still a first-person shooter, but
it's useful, but you don't want to overuse it because of...
Yeah.
You won't be. You can't spam it, basically.
Unless you're playing in God mode.
It, basically, yeah.
I mean, that's fair, though. I mean, it does seem like a little overpowered, so it makes sense.
There's also, different perks that affect it and stuff, because it still is an RPG. There is, perks and everything.
Yeah, you got skills, you got skill points, you got perks. Older games had something called traits that was brought back in New Vegas, which is great, because New Vegas was actually developed by Obsidian, not Bethesda, which is why it's better.
Oh, I heard about that, actually.
But
I heard about that.
It's cool because
Bethesda owned it, and then they gave Obsidian.
They basically gave them
New Vegas.
Basically, yeah. But the thing that most people don't know is that New Vegas is actually an incomplete game, and it was rushed. Even then, it's still.
I think most people do know that at this point.
They do. Okay.
Yeah.
It was rushed.
They had 1 month to complete it.
They had 18 months, which I think originally they were going to be given 2.5 or 3 years. So they had a lot of time cut off of it, and funny enough, they still made the game and the engine slightly better. There's more variety. There's more
Yeah, for example, you may have noticed in Fallout 3 when the guy was shooting at him, when he zoomed in, it literally just zoomed the screen. In Fallout New Vegas, they actually added iron sights. As you can see here, he's actually aiming down the gun.
Yeah, they added iron sights. Still, and albeit still a bit clunky, it does do its best to make the gunplay a little bit more endearing.
Honestly, funny enough, much better.
I rarely use VATS, especially nowadays when I do play this game, because I played a lot, but I rarely use VATS anymore. I just, it's just so, it's a lot simpler, of course.
Unless you're playing Fallout 4 with VAT perks, I would never use VATS.
Yeah, Fallout 4 is interesting. I know, here, that's cool. There's skill points. There you go.
Yeah, you can see the skill points that they brought back. Fallout 3. So, Fallout 3 kind of had skill points, but they weren't amazingly useful. Fallout New Vegas has the skill points, and they're more useful, but they're still not the main attraction. Fallout 4 and Fallout 76 completely got rid of skill points, basically.
Pour one out for my homies.
Yeah, that's why people really don't like those games, because they kind of did away with all the RPG elements, or most of them.
New Vegas basically did a lot better with the skill points.
If I was to pick up a new Fallout game, which one would you say would be
New Vegas.
New Vegas or 3?
No, New Vegas or 4, honestly, because he doesn't play RPG games. So that's the only reason I would say
What the hell is
4.
wrong with you?
You don't really play
I
RPG
enjoyed
games.
4, honestly.
I mean, you do
I
play RPG
played
games, but
4.
you, like, here's the
Not
thing,
like this
right?
one, no.
Yeah, exactly. You don't play a first-person shooter RPG.
Honestly-
That's the difference.
Honestly, yeah, I think
Yeah.
New Vegas would definitely be the best one. I mean, I'd say that's the first one.
Yeah,
that's
New
definitely
Vegas
one
is
I'll
the
go for.
best. It has the best story and everything. But if you want gameplay, go for 4. Because
4's a
as
little bit more modern like that.
everyone has ever said, Fallout 4 is a good game, just not a good Fallout game.
Exactly, that's exactly how I would explain it. It's a good game, not a bad game. You know, it's pretty good, decent, but it's not a good Fallout game.
Yeah.
Especially whenever you take out the role playing in the game and you. The thing I hate about 4, they added a wheel of like dialogue. They added a dialogue wheel, as in like.
Basically, if you've
voice-
ever played
voice-
Mass Effect, they added
Mass
the Mass
Effect,
Effect wheel.
Yeah, which in itself wouldn't be a bad thing, but Fallout is not the type of game that you have your character talking, and it's voiced too, so that really limits the amount of dialogue they had. It didn't help that the actual dialogue wasn't given. It didn't show the actual dialogue you were saying. It just kind of gave you a small like quip of what it would be about, so you don't really know what you're saying half the time.
Yeah,
But for the
Day
most
1
part-
mods, by the
Oh,
way.
yeah, I've heard
Day
about
one,
that.
Day
But for the
1
most
mods
part,
saved
though-
it.
I remember hearing something like that one time in a video. It was like,
It's Fallout 4.
times you think you're saying something, but you say something completely different.
But yeah, it's basically yes, no, sarcastic, no, or okay. That's basically what you got. Fallout, no alcoholics. Actually, they are not concurrent stories. They are their own little story within each game. Now, what two doesn't follow from one specifically, but the main character in the second one is technically the grandchild of the first person. But they're not continuing their quest, or they're not continuing their story. They're just kind of doing their own thing that comes up in their timeline, basically.
Okay, Borger, I need to ask you a very important question. I want to show them the dialogue wheel, and there's a specific video I'm trying to find. Do you remember the scene if you side with the what's the fucking the Minutemen? There's a lady who mentions something about dicks. Do you remember that dialogue?
Oh god, I haven't played 4 in like 6 years. I couldn't tell you.
Which one? What are you asking? I've played 4.
Have you ever sided with the Minutemen and met a lady who has a dialogue about dick?
No, because the fucking guy with the head that leads the Minutemen ticks the fuck out of me.
I've played all of them, by the way. Like
Yeah,
all
but
the
that
endings.
ticks
I
me
mean,
off, so I've never played it because I just want to shoot a fucking mini nuke at his forehead.
Let's go. The only right way to do it. But yeah, no,
The-
I actually don't remember
The
that.
character is legitimately
Wow.
annoying to me.
Oh, you mean Preston?
Yeah,
It's true.
Preston Garvey.
Another settlement. That's funny, man. Such a meme, honestly. I like dog meat.
oh, there went dog
Oh,
meat.
there it goes.
No!
Oh, he fucking dead. Being a jerk.
No, dog meat!
It kind of does suck though, because I remember being in high school, seeing the trailer, or I guess the reveal teaser for Fallout 4, and the whole the trailer was great. I love the trailer; it was so cool. It got me so hyped because until that point, New Vegas was the newest one in 2010. But I loved New Vegas. Was like, again, this is one of my favorite games of all time. It still is nowadays, and I love that game. And when I saw 4 coming, I was like, oh shit, another good Fallout, a modern Fallout game. Okay. But and then
A lot of people actually hated on it because of the graphics, which is such a stupid reason to hate it. They say it looks too cartoony.
I'd say cartoon's not really the right word. I'd probably say it looks bland, but not cartoony.
No,
Especially when you're in
people
a city.
literally said that though when it came out. I'm just repeating what
It
they said.
doesn't
I don't agree with them at all.
cartoony.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah, they were like, "Oh, it looks too simple. It looks too, cartoony." And like, it's a fucking open world game. Do you not know how these things work? They were expecting it to look like fucking what's a game with amazing God of War. They're expecting it to look like fucking God of War.
Yeah, it's not gonna happen because the game is just so big and open that it would not be possible in the amount of time for. Yeah, that's too much. That's not possible.
Yeah, so you guys can see here, this is the dialogue tree, what it looks like. You see there's 2 yes options, 1 no option, and 1 sarcastic option. It's just a fucking coin toss as to what sarcastic is supposed to give you. It could be a negative or a positive response.
Basically, yeah. Like the fucking dialogue in this game was so like yes or no. Like there's no like. It almost feels like there's no choice because it's always the same 4 things for every single it's always the same thing. And then if you go to like Fallout 3 or even New Vegas or even the old, actually the older games do it really well too. The dialogue in the older games are so much more endearing. They're so funny. It actually gives you character depending on what you want to choose. It's not just a yes or no answer. It's actual dialogue. It's so cool, man. Ooh, but that's actually a good video. Bethesda versus Obsidian. That's a funny dialogue.
I didn't want to show that though because it's spoilers for Fallout.
That is, that's fair. Oh, that's a good one right there.
Oh, I love the Brotherhood of Steel storyline.
I don't know any of the Fallout.
Also, Nick Valentine was my favorite follower.
Let's go. Do I need to write you? No, that won't be necessary. I'll get the scribes ready. Bro, she literally just said she ain't gonna do that, and you're like, you remember what you're doing this for? Oh shit, you right. Alright, let's go.
Yeah.
Bro, what kind of shit is that? So bad, man.
I was actually looking for a different video.
Legolinus.
Yeah, Legolinus. There was one where they actually show all of the dialogue options, and it's literally just yes, no. Like, let me see. I spelled worst wrong, but we'll see.
I think I know what you're talking about, actually. Rost
video. Yeah, they basically have it so there's a mod that replaces the sarcastic no, yes, and blue options with the actual dialogue you're going to say. And there's one dialogue, at least in the game, where all 4 choices say the exact same thing.
It's awesome. But yeah, this is a good example of like how the dialogue works in Fallout 4. It's just so bad. God.
But the actual gunplay is really good though in this game.
Yeah, the gunplay ain't too bad. It's pretty cool.
The only thing that reminds me of Dragon Age Inquisition. Actually,
might be. I don't know. The one thing I won't point out though about the gunplay, or not the gunplay, sorry, the actual guns themselves. So in that game, in Fallout 4, I mean, the weapon variety is so damn low. Like so the way guns work in Fallout 4, you can customize them with like different parts and stuff, which sounds cool, which it's not that bad, right? But it's basically the same weapon. You're just trying to make it as strong as possible with the most like absurd amount of like parts on it, which in turn makes you want to harvest every single piece of trash in the wasteland to like hoard, which I personally did not like that because I hated carrying around random junk that didn't really matter.
I love it because you just gotta know what to carry.
Yeah, exactly. Like, after playing for a while, you understand like, oh, this is actually important, so you don't have to carry every damn thing.
Yeah.
But like in terms of like variety of weapons though, it's really low. There's only 2 types of pistols, really. I mean, you got your little 10 mil, which is cool, a unique weapon, which I'm not counting, it's a unique weapon to deliver, and then you got the pipe pistol. It's like, all right, cool, nice. Whenever, again, going back to older games, New Vegas, you have like 15 base different pistols in the game, and then you have the DLCs to where, you know, there's so much more variety and so much more to use. You're not just stuck with using one weapon that's overpowered because you put like 28 attachments on it. And God, the freaking assault rifle looks horrible.
Put a limit on how many attachments you can put on it.
It is. I mean, they're based on parts of the weapon, like the muzzle, you know, like the mag, the stock.
And some weapons can have more modifiers than others.
Yeah, like I was kind of over saying it with like 20, but it feels like that because you're basically just making something so over damn powered for whatever reason.
You know what I used the most as a weapon in 4?
What's that?
A minigun with no bullets and the fucking blades at the front.
Oh yeah, the bash. Yeah, I remember that.
That was so fucking OP.
I used the .45 rifle that you get in Far Harbor that deals radiation damage.
Oh, the radiant rifle. Yeah.
And
Far Harbor was actually really good.
And my sidearm was the Deliverer.
Far Harbor was actually one of the good things that came out of that because it was actually really cool.
Yeah, Fallout 3's DLCs were amazing. Fallout New Vegas' DLCs were amazing. Fallout 4's were okay.
Yeah, Fallout 4's were okay, considering it only really had 2 actual big DLCs.
Yeah.
If you can call them that. New Vegas had 3 New Vegas were all great, but New Vegas had some really like crazy like story in those things. Dead Money, it's probably one of my favorites. Most people hate Dead Money, actually. I love Dead Money.
I love Dead Money, yeah.
Dead Money's great. Old World Blues is so like over the top and it's so nice, so much sciencey stuff. The Divide is basically like the final point in the game before the actual final battle. It's just, there's just so much in the game. And Joshua Graham is like one of my favorite characters in this Fallout universe. So cool.
Yeah, I don't know what
honest
Borger's
hearts.
talking about. You can use a paddle ball as a weapon in Fallout 4, man.
Oh my god.
Wait, what?
So are there melee weapons like swords and stuff?
Yes.
Yes, there is.
Yeah.
There are. There are. A good example from one melee weapon. You know, your
That's
knives and
just-
stuff. There's a shish kebab, which is basically a constructed weapon. It's a fire sword, constructed from a gas tank and a blade and all that stuff. It's pretty cool.
I mean, that's I only ask because I'm not really all that great with guns, so I'm better with melee weapons.
You can
That's
have
fair.
a rocket boosted baseball bat.
Yeah, but
Oh,
the shish
yeah.
kebab is like the classic Fallout weapon that's like
Yeah,
an original
there you go.
weapon. It basically is just a katana with a flamethrower attached to it that lights the blade on fire.
Adam's
cool.
Judgment was one of my favorite weapons in 4.
I also personally am a fan of the Ripper, though.
The Ripper is such a nice.
It's
Ripper
a
looks
so cool,
chainsaw
yeah.
that's the size of a knife.
Yeah, it's a little army Ripper. Yeah. The original game, the Ripper was so strong because it had an armor-piercing effect on it.
Oh, dude, there's one in Fallout 4 that
If I
has
had
the chance to
use guns, I
stagger.
would probably fail horribly at the game. I'm just horrible with guns.
Yeah, the Harvester is a. If you have the Far Harbor DLC, it's a unique weapon. It's a Ripper with a chance to stagger on hit. So you literally just have to go up and hold down the button on somebody, and you'll just stun lock them.
Yeah.
I don't know
Hey,
why the fuck it's a base gun, but I'll take it. Or
Did you always do
weapon.
the junk jet?
The jet gun, I used
The
it in
junk
Fallout
jet.
3. Oh, junk
Oh, the
jet?
junk.
No.
The junk jet. It's such a weird weapon. I love it.
I had one and always kept it on me because my younger self named mine Eat My Junk.
It's funny
And
'cause the junk
also-
jet's like a. Sorry.
You know, well, if you were a hoarder like me and had a mod that allowed your junk to weigh nothing, you could just stack that thing full of ammo.
True.
And
It's funny 'cause
also
that's
I-
actually based on that was based on the rocket launcher from 3. Rocket launcher.
really.
Basically
Oh
the
yeah,
same
that's
thing.
what
It launches
that's that's the
Yeah.
weapon I was referring to. The Rocket launcher literally launches your
Rocket launcher.
junk, so you could kill
Mhm.
people with teddy bears.
Yeah, it's hilarious. Technically, it was a big weapon, or it was a big gun. Technically, it's classified as a big gun.
Yeah, which was pretty garbage in Fallout 3 until the end game. Dude,
Mm.
I still want to make like a Fallout 4 build with like the minigun or the Gatling gun, whatever it's called. But you just don't get them until you're like level 30.
Right. One of my things, though, one of my major gripes about 4 and I guess 76 is in recent times have been doing a little better because they actually do stuff with it. But one of my major gripes about 4 was there's no, personally, I think this because I've played the game for at least 100 hours, which is a decent amount of time. Honestly, more than I probably should have. But there's a lot less variety in the ways you can play that game because the way the perk system works in 4, it's like a ladder, almost like a list. It's a weird. I don't know. I personally
well,
don't like
it's
that
some
because it just
capacity is like the trees from Skyrim.
it is, but like it limits the game from being able to add more because like New Vegas and 3 especially, like there's just so many unique different perks that like they just work well together in conjunction with like play styles. Like if I wanted to I'll use only melee in New Vegas or 3, you could because there's perks for that. But like you don't have to worry about like, oh, I need a strength of 10. If you want to have a strength of 1 and use melee, you shouldn't, but you could just you won't be able to. It's a very like you're locked out of certain perks just because your strength isn't 9 or whatever. I personally didn't like that because there were perks that weren't melee related, but you still need a strength of 8 for whatever reason. I'm like, why is this like that? It's a weird. I don't think it works well in this kind of universe where like, there's like perks and traits. I took traits away from 4 again for some reason. But
That's why I
traits were
love-
basically
That's why I love 76's perk system. Just fucking get cards.
Yeah, that's
I mean,
awful
I-
because it's all
And it
RNG.
worked.
Imagine
I
you
haven't
just
played
like get like the shittiest cards every level up, and your character is just worse than somebody else's because of RNG.
True.
Yeah, but it's still better than 4's way of doing the perks.
I liked 4's enough. I mean, it wasn't good, but I think it was better than 76 in my opinion.
It did what it needed to do, but like I said, it was okay.
Also, Borger on Steam has 800 hours in Fallout New Vegas.
That's only from online hours.
I was gonna say, yeah,
this
I have a lot more hours in Fallout New Vegas and stuff because I played on console, but
Yeah, a console it was about 600, 700 maybe.
yeah, same.
So that's a lot of time. People would be like, "But why you spend too much time in New Vegas?" I'm like, I don't know. It's a good game.
Yeah, it's a good game.
No, I enjoy it. What do you want else?
Exactly. I can't like a game. Well, the cool
It's a
thing is
good
though,
game.
like I like adding mods to it, like not to make me stronger, but I add content mods and just stuff to make the game more. So it's unlimited. People are still making stuff nowadays. I mean, you can go to the Nexus. There's still stuff being made to this day.
Oh,
So
there's no doubt about it. Like
You're never gonna run out of content for that game. It's just too good.
it was the most popular Fallout game. Of course, people are still gonna make mods for it. Like people are gonna keep making mods for Skyrim because it's such a good moddable game.
Yeah, Skyrim is a interesting one when it comes to mods. There's a lot of stuff. The thing is, though, like
Yeah.
people will say that like New Vegas is overrated. Some people may believe that. I mean, maybe they have some kind of like reasoning for that, which is fair. I mean, people can think what they want, but the thing is, though, coming from a standpoint from how the games were, Fallout New Vegas does so much more in conjunction with the thing I love the most.
Difficult Pete.
Difficult Pete. Just apparently advice. Take it or leave. I love that. His name's Easy Pete in game. That's funny. I actually fucking love that. But anyways, back to what I was saying. It's funny because like, oh god, I lost my train of thought. Oh yeah. New Vegas has ties into the other games, the first and second game, as in like references. They reference places. They reference like characters from the older games. It feels like you're in the Fallout universe just because it just fits. 3 did a pretty decent job at that too, but 4 just feels like it feels like it just kind of like it's just there, you know. I don't know. I mean,
a different game entirely. Doesn't feel
in a
like
sense,
Fallout.
in a sense. I mean, it has like the feel of Fallout in a sense, but like I just realized I said that 5 times. But I don't know. I got more pleasure out of like New Vegas, especially just because I knew what I was doing, and like just the world to me just screamed Fallout. Even though you're in a desert for God's sakes, but it feels like there's so much content in there, and there's just so much more. And technically, the world map for New Vegas is smaller because the mountains cover like a third of the map, but there's still more content in that than there is, I personally think, almost in 4, even though it's a bigger map, but it just feels less.
Oh yeah, 4 has like
I don't know.
so much space where there's just nothing.
Exactly. And New Vegas has so much space. It has less space, and you're in a desert, but there still feels like there's much more to do. The DLCs also help that as well. There's just so much going on. Not to say I hate 4. Again, I don't hate 4. I just think it could have definitely done a lot of things differently. Taking skills away was the main issue for me.
Like New Vegas was not made by Bethesda, so
Yeah,
it says a lot when their best game was not made by them.
Ooh, a funny thing that you mentioned that actually. Not only did Obsidian develop it, but the Obsidian was made up of Interplay employees, which were the original creators of, you guessed it, the first 2 games. So, you know, they kind of understood the Fallout universe a bit more.
I found another difficulty Pete post.
Difficulty Pete, let's go.
Hence
Difficult
why
Pete,
Fallout
sorry.
4 made by Bethesda, they did not understand the universe as much as
God, that's awesome. Holy shit.
Difficult
Yeah,
Pete.
it sucks though, because like they have the power to do a lot with it. It's just they just made some decisions that probably didn't need to be made. Like taking skills away, taking perks away, taking interchangeable ammo types away.
So what you're saying, Borger, is that they should have stuck with what they knew with like fantasy RPGs, with
No.
modern RPGs.
Honestly, you want my personal opinion? They need to give the IP to Fallout away to someone that will do more with it. I don't care. They can give it to anyone else. I don't care. Just give it to Obsidian for all I care, dude. Please. God.
You guys want to see a
They
really
should've
old
stuck with
video
the
from
Elder Scrolls.
2010?
Let's see. But yeah,
This was the game on launch.
let's go. And it sucks because the game was released. It was let's go. This game was rushed, of course, so there was a lot of bugs at launch, but it was fixed. Most of them were fixed at post-launch, of course.
Yeah, like the big one I remember on release day, thankfully I didn't run into it, but you could get stuck in the tutorial with I forget
Doc
his
Mitchell.
name. Doc
Doc Mitchell,
yeah.
yeah, you can get stuck in Doc Mitchell in his chair. It was the funniest shit ever. That happened to me actually.
Oh,
that
sad.
game.
My
I had
game
the
worked
first day.
perfectly fine.
God, look at the fucking.
I was in
Awesome,
middle
man.
school when this came out, by the way.
Oh man.
There's
was
Easy,
in-
or not Easy P, fucking Doc Mitchell's head going around.
Yeah, there it is. I was in 8th grade when this game came out. Jeez, man.
I don't remember what grade I was in. I just remember I was in middle school. I mean.
Doc Mitch, are you okay, buddy? Your neck's going around in circles. Jeez.
I feel like some of these glitches are entertainment, and others are just like, what the hell are these for?
Yeah. Oh, he got stuck.
Like that head
TCL
turning
out of
one
there.
is like a head turning one. You see it for the first time, you're just like, what the hell? That's actually kind of entertaining.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I mean when like people were complaining about the bugs in all the Fallout games. None of them were like ridiculously bad, except for the ones that crashed your game or soft locked you. Most of the glitches are like this, where you can walk underneath rocks and stuff, or the guy's head spins around. It's like whatever, who cares? Like this.
Did the game soft block you?
Yeah, that's what happened to Fallout New Vegas. Is if you were to sit in the chair with the tutorial guy, there was a chance you would just get stuck there forever.
Look at him go! Oh my god, that's awesome.
Yeah, that was actually kind of entertaining to watch.
That's
Yeah.
awesome. The cool thing is, though, especially like after launch, when everything was fixed eventually, the cool thing is, like, even now, like, you mostly for PC, of course, because console doesn't get this treatment, but if you want to play New Vegas nowadays, you don't even. This game, I personally believe, doesn't need mods to be good. It only needs and just because I've played it for so damn long, the only things I would recommend, especially for new players, is like I would recommend a few like bug fix. There's actually 3 mods I would recommend, 4 technically. Yukidachi's bug fix, Project Nevada, Fallout 4. What is it? Oh no, sorry, it's called Fallout New Vegas.
HD project.
4 gigabyte.
Or 4
RAM,
gigabyte
whatever the hell.
patcher.
Yep, and there's another one, Eve.
I don't
about it.
remember all of them, but I'm gonna show
There's
on
only 4
screen
I
now.
recommend.
By the way, Fallout 4 after the patches, as you see by the date of the video.
Let's go.
So this is how buggy the game was after it was patched. I have 2 videos, by the way. These are my videos, just to clarify. As you can see, I got soft locked. Oh no, I didn't get soft locked. That's what it was. It was glitched though, and I couldn't open it. And then the guy was fucking trying to walk through the door. And then Piper said a fucking quip, so I shot her.
That's beautiful.
And then here,
I never used Piper as a follower.
I got fucking
Good.
stuck. Piper's perk in Fallout 4 was one of the best. Every time
What
you
was her
explore
perk?
a location, you get experience. And since that game
That's
didn't have a
actually
level
pretty
cap,
good.
it was pretty good.
Oh my god, are you stuck?
Yeah, I'm stuck here in this. I couldn't get out of the shack. And this was in Far Harbor.
Let's go.
The best DLC in the game, and it still was like this. And I literally couldn't get out. And I'm like, oh, when's the last time I saved? 20 minutes ago? Awesome.
It'd be like that sometimes. Man.
I think I eventually get out here. I don't remember. But yeah. This is my point being, though, is that the games are fucking extremely buggy, just like any Bethesda game.
Yeah, you can't really escape that.
But that's
Fallout
part
New
of the
Vegas is
charm, I
probably the
think.
least buggy Bethesda game, because it's not actually a Bethesda game.
I think that's part of the charm.
Eh. Yeah, it just
sense, yeah.
works. Also, you guys like my recommended, by the way, being all fucking Resident Evil.
Let's go.
Nice.
As you can see, Chris, I grew this myself. Yeah, there's Wesker.
Yeah. Wesker just came out for DVD, by the way.
I know. I'm gonna play a game just because he's on there.
Really?
Yeah.
That's
I
pretty
literally
cool.
told my friend. They told me. My best friend Chris told me. He's like, "Hey, did you know DVD Rescue's out now?" I'm like, "I'm getting the game now."
I
That's the
have
only reason
big
that-
balls.
I have big balls. Yeah. I
Might
love
be
it.
the only reason to actually play.
Yeah, the only reason to actually play Dead by Daylight is the cameos or crossovers. The actual game itself is pretty meh.
I mean, like, Wesker from Resident Evil was probably one of the worst douchebags in gaming history.
No, not even
Why?
close. All he did was
What is the
betray
worst
stars.
douchebag in video game history?
He's a big douchebag, though. I mean, you can't deny that.
He's a douchebag, but he's a mastermind. This man's plotting in the shadows since the first game.
Yeah,
Wait,
that's
who-
his
yo.
subplot, or not his subplot, his name in DBD is the Mastermind.
Oh, is it actually
Now-
called that?
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Yo,
I didn't know that.
now that Karma's mentioned this, we need to. It says it's not what. Since the biggest douchebag in video game history is not who Karma said. Who is it?
Alright, you know, just because we're talking about Fallout, I don't remember the bandit's name, but there's a raider who, likes to, I probably shouldn't say on stream,
Fair enough.
to, females while they are on, being burned alive.
Oh,
Ah.
Cook. Oh, Cook.
God.
Yeah, Cook, that's his name.
Yeah, Cook. He's from New Vegas. Yeah, I know what you're talking
God damn.
about. Yeah, bastard's crazy.
That's called a psychopath.
Yes, that's why he's called a raider. Because all raiders are fucking
Yeah.
psychopaths.
Yeah, raiders are psychos.
I mean, I've seen worse.
No.
I've seen worse.
No, you haven't.
Let's go.
Either way, let's go back to Fallout. So, obviously Fallout New Vegas is the best Fallout game and everyone's favorite. What's your least favorite, Borger? And why is it 76?
Honestly, fuck. I see. It's funny because I can't really talk much about 76 because, like I said, I only played it one time when it first came out,
Same.
and ever since then, apparently from what I've seen
You
on
see?
videos, I would watch videos every once in a while. I'd seen that they came out with like Wastelanders, so they actually have NPCs in the games now.
Yeah, I
And
did
then-
actually
yeah, so-
play during a free weekend. There is NPCs now, but like,
They added quests and stuff. They actually added stuff to the game, so I don't. I feel it's unfair for me to say anything about that past that. So otherwise,
Okay.
it probably would have been that game.
but Borger,
But
they have a battle royale.
yeah, I heard about that too.
But what
I mean-
was the point of Fallout 76 anyway? Like, why make it?
Because people
Make it
wanted
online.
because people wanted a co-op Fallout game, and
It doesn't-
the fucking retards at Bethesda. Sorry, I can't say that word. The idiots at Bethesda are actually like, "Hey, people want a co-op Fallout game. Let's make an MMO."
Yeah, no, Fallout's not the type
I mean,
of
we've
game
been-
universe to have that kind of stuff.
Begging, I know people have been asking for co-op Elder Scrolls game, but I mean,
Yeah, no.
It's called Elder Scrolls Online.
Again,
Yeah,
it's an
look how that
MMO.
turned
That's not
out.
co-op. It's MMO.
I know, but like that's what Bethesda does. And
Yeah.
76 is not bad, but you just need to play it with someone.
No, see, I played with
76
strangers, and 76 is awful.
No, I
See-
played with a friend group of ex-US soldiers, and that was the best fucking Fallout 76 I ever played.
Oh, that reminds me, Monkey. Actually, you reminded me of a memory I forgot about. So I have played 76 more than just the first day. I think about a year ago. This was Wastelanders. I played with my two best friends, and we played for like a few hours probably. The only thing I remember is that we left the vault. We found some people, ignored them, walked around, came across a death claw somehow. It chased us. We managed to somehow kill it because it didn't know how to climb a rock. And then after that, my friend died. I got him back. And then after that, I blew up from something. I fell off a building, and then we got off. Okay, so I don't remember much of that. But yeah, I mean, other than that, though, I can't. Again, I can't. I feel bad to say that I would say 76 is the worst one because I don't really have that much experience into it. From what I mean, it was funny. I had fun with it because I was playing with them, of course. It was
I
funny,
like
but
76
know.
because I made memories on it.
I just don't have any time in the game. I have maybe 2 hours. I can't say much about it. Now, from games I have a lot of time on because I've played all of them, it's hard to say because they're all
Brotherhood
so
of Steel?
different. See, I want to say that because they're all so different that 1 and 2 are great. Tactics is weird, but it's not a bad game.
I fucking hate
Brother-
Tactics, actually. From the ones I've played, Tactics is the worst.
I kind of like Tactics. I don't know why, but I don't know. I enjoyed it a lot. It was a weird game though. Brotherhood of Steel is just a freaking mess, but it gave me a good laugh. I've played 3 for a while. Played New Vegas the most, and 4's 4. So I'd say out of all of them, I mean, from a standpoint of actually grading them, I mean, Brotherhood of Steel is obviously the worst because that is a atrocious game that probably
Yeah.
should have been made. But I mean, other than that, I'd say 4 is after that if I had to rate it.
Nice. Also,
Well
hello,
done,
Tanya.
Yeah, hey, what's up? Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I just think well, an impressive game on its own right. I guess it doesn't feel like a Fallout game to me. It really does not.
Yeah.
Apart from a few things here and there. Not to mention Bethesda retconning every single thing about lore from years and years ago. So
that was ridiculous.
They retcon so much stuff. I'm like, well, why am I gonna play this game when I can play the other ones in them? I don't know.
If you
it's a weird thing.
If you want Fallout, like I said, don't play 4. Play New Vegas.
Yeah, play New Vegas. Hell, I started 3. 3 is even a great game too. I'd say.
Yeah,
start
dude.
with 3, get the feel of it.
3's DLCs are so good.
Yeah.
I loved the twist of the swamp one.
Melee players.
Melee players Fallout 4 is the best because you can actually like do shit with the fucking melee. But if you want to play Fallout New Vegas melee, you can.
Fallout New Vegas melee is fun. You can kill death claws with that stuff.
I've never tried, honestly.
It's fun. I enjoyed it. I had a character that was made. That I only punched things with unarmed weapons. And again, one of the main reasons I love New Vegas is because there's so much variety in the game. Correct me if I'm wrong. In 4, I only remember 3 weapons that were unarmed. You have your little spiked knuckles, a power fist, and maybe some other random shit I forgot about. New Vegas has power fist. It's auto saw. You got the displacer glove. You got the pneumonic fist. You got the what is it called? The neuron something fist from. I don't know. That's another one. Spiked knuckles. Brass knuckles.
Which one is the flame katana?
Shish kebab.
Shish kebab. And there's also there was another one. There was also the ballistic fist, which is basically a fucking fist weapon that had a shotgun barrel attached to it. Like I'm saying, New Vegas has and that was just in the base game. There's so much variety in that game. I played a character that you can just punch. It was basically just unarmed only, and then I had a few perks that allowed me to regenerate health faster. It was just such a good game. Oh, here we go. Oh my gosh. This is New Vegas. So here's New Vegas. Look, now take a look at this. These are New Vegas's melee weapons right here. Uniques included. Now just look at there's a pretty decent sized list, right? You got all kinds of stuff there. And those are just the bladed ones. There's a lot more if you go down. You got a lot more stuff.
Can't you have like a fucking stop sign or something? Or is that something?
Yeah, that's one of them.
Yeah.
There's also thrown weapons. Here's the unarmed weapons.
There's the blunt. Yeah, there's the other blunt. You got those weapons.
The displacer glove. I've never even heard the displacer glove or the.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. See, you got the bear trap
fist.
These are all the unarmed weapons, by the way. Every single one. This is huge variety in unarmed weapons, and they all do their own thing. It's so good. Game? Most, no, half of them are.
Half of them are.
This bottom half isn't though. But again, there's just the fact that there's just so much. Oh, the zap gloves. I forgot. Yeah, zap gloves are also. Those are mainly used against robots.
Thank you, Anonymous.
Let's
Anonymous.
go.
I wonder who that could have been.
Wasn't me.
Yeah,
I ain't got no fucking money for that.
I just love the variety in weaponry.
There's also cut weapons, like the gas grenade.
Yeah. Also, if you don't mind, Raven, what you could do, you could like have Fallout New Vegas like guns. Let's just say guns, right? You can just go to like guns list and then go to Fallout 4 guns list. Just to show exactly like how the actual the variety of weapons like differs. Like
just look at the unarmed weapons, right? There's 1, 2, 3, 4, not including uniques. 5 of them, okay?
Unarmed weapons. Let's see: boxing glove, gauntlet, knuckles. That's the power. Okay, that's all you got for unarmed weapons. Look at that. And then
here you have the ballistic fist, the bear trap fist, the bladed gauntlet, the cram opener, the boxing gloves, the golden gloves, the boxing tape, the brass knuckles, the displacer glove, pushy, the dog fist tag, the fist of raw, industrial hand, mantis helmet. Yeah. If you want like a good Fallout game, Fallout New Vegas is good. Though I will mention, it is easier to make guns modded in Fallout 4.
I don't care about guns. Like I said, I'm horrible with guns.
I'm just saying all of them. The Commie Whacker, by the way.
Commie Whacker, yeah.
It's one of the little like boppable things you do for whack-a-mole.
So blunt. So you basically have like 6 weapons, base melee weapons in Fallout 4.
How does it look bladed? I would love to know that. There's no picture for it. That sucks.
Oh yeah, there's fucking like buzzsaw sticking out of it.
Yeah. Interesting.
And another thing I don't like about 4 that they kind of did, which is weird for me, was they kind of they made armor to where it's like layered in the sense of like you have pieces of armor you put on instead of just one piece of armor. That's just one suit. Like instead of leather armor, you have like leather armor left leg, leather armor right leg. I honestly personally thought that was stupid. I don't like that. I didn't like the layered armor system of like pieces. It's just weird. I don't know. There's so much you can. Well, you were able to mod them, like add stuff to them, which is cool. But like I just think it's better off to have your own a suit of armor that does something for you. I don't know. It's simpler, I guess, but I don't know. I found it was too much of a hassle, honestly. Because you already know what you're gonna get.
Instead of like pieces of the same armor.
Exactly, because you already know you're gonna go for the thing that's the best. You're just gonna get the best mod for that piece of armor. So why not just have one piece of armor and then have a mod for it, like a armor mod in game, of course. Like why? There's just so much more. I don't know. I personally didn't like that. That's another reason why I didn't really like the armor system in the fourth game, at least. But if you ask me which game has the best armor, I guess system or whatever, it's 1 and 2. Because like I said, each armor they have 6 different damage types they resist. So, which is cool. You know, laser guns do actual laser damage. They don't just do damage, right?
Well, they do energy damage in Fallout 4.
Yeah, energy. Fallout 4 had a weird like damage formula. I never even figured it out, but older games was easy. It's like, oh, you have a threshold of 2 and a resistance of 20. Cool, easy.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck the damage threshold means.
So let's just say from an initial hit let's just say you're wearing combat armor. You're wearing leather armor in Fallout 1. It's got a 2 threshold and a 25% resistance. So basically, what happens? Let's say you get shot with a rifle. It's 20 damage. The 2 threshold will lower the damage by 2 automatically, and then 25% of the 18 damage will be negated. So you'll probably take like 14 damage overall instead of 20. It's basically like that. It's pretty simple. Minus the threshold from a game or from a gun. Oh yeah, here we go. I think that's New Vegas's damage formula, right?
This is New Vegas's.
Yeah, New Vegas has an interesting way of doing it, but damage resistance is kind of a weird thing because it's not that used in New Vegas that much, apart from like drugs. But 1 and 2 have their own damage formula. That's a lot different.
Oh, I have a little fun fact about Fallout. Did you know they didn't want their game to be rated higher than it should have been? So instead of calling them drugs, they called them chems.
Oh yeah, chems. Yeah, they call them chems.
So like you take Psycho, which is basically like heroin or whatever that boosts your damage, but instead of calling it a drug, it's a
Mentats or something.
Medpack. What?
Mentats.
Oh yeah, Mentats is another one. They're little pills that boost your intelligence.
Yeah, Mentats.
I personally actually like Fallout Fallout 4's new chems, because you can combine chems and shit, and it's actually really cool.
Oh yeah, they did.
But you can basically make your own drugs in Fallout 4.
Yes.
You can become a drug dealer.
Yes.
And have a very own wasteland cartel.
Yeah. There's actually a mission where you bust a drug, like, deal, and you get like 100 of like 3 different types of drugs.
I remember that actually. Yeah, I do remember doing that.
So I'm gonna ask just 2 more questions before we sign off, unless you guys have anything you want to talk about. Start thinking about that now. Borger, who is your favorite follower?
From 4?
All of them.
Okay, Fallout 1. So Fallout 1 only has 4 followers, 5 if you count Dogmeat. But from the first one, I'd probably say Ian.
Okay.
Ian, he's actually the first follower you do get in that game, but he just has the most personality out of all of them personally, just from how he acts. 2, would either have to be a Goris or Marcus. So Goris, if for people that don't know, Fallout 2 has intelligent death claws that were created by the Enclave that can speak and do all kinds of stuff. They can actually talk to people.
I did not know that.
Yeah, Goris he is a more intelligent death claw of all of them, and he's also albino. So he normally wears a because his sun's like sensitive or whatever. He normally wears a giant trench coat or whatever, a coat over him. He's also a little smaller than an average Deathclaw. So yeah, Goris is probably my favorite. Yeah.
Aren't Deathclaws like super vicious monsters?
Yeah. The Enclave experimented with them to make them try to make them into a super soldier type. Control them, but they escaped from their confinements and basically made their home in a old vault, which is Vault 13, which is also the vault that the protagonist from the first game is from. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Fallout. For Fallout 3, I'd say Fox is my favorite, just because he's a super mutant that carries a Gatling laser. He's
Yeah.
also pretty cool. New Vegas. Ooh, that's rough. Either Veronica or honestly Rex. Rex or Veronica.
Yeah, Rex is fucking
Veronica's
awesome.
Yeah, Rex is a cyber dog. So yeah, that's cool.
I also really like Edie though, or Eddie, sorry.
Oh yeah, Eddie's not too bad either. He's actually really useful and he's so cool. As for 4, I'd say Carrie probably.
I also really like Christine, by the way. She's the mute.
Christine's you find her in Dead Money.
Yeah, I really like her. There's so many good. Oh, there's also Lily. She's really good too.
Mm-hmm.
A friendly Nightkin, which is basically like a stealth super mutant.
Yeah,
Whoa,
she's a Nightkin.
and super mutant
Yeah.
in the fucking same sentence?
Yeah, they're called Nightkin. They basically have gotten addicted to the use of stealth boys, which turn you invisible in a sense. They're stealth fields, and they're so schizophrenic. They're so schizophrenic about being seen that they want to always stay hidden because of that, and their skin turns blue because of the overusage of the substance in a sense.
Stealth boys.
Oh wait, Raul. Fuck, I forgot about Raul.
Yeah,
Okay,
Raoul too.
Actually,
Isn't
I take
he
it back,
voiced
Raul.
by Danny Trejo?
Yes,
Yeah.
Raul's my favorite companion because his backstory is my favorite, and he's just a cool dude. He's just an old dude, an old ghoul, good voice, and he's a gunslinger, so he's cool. I love Raul. He's the best. He's my favorite companion. Him and Gorse are probably my favorites overall in terms of like, I guess the universe. They're so good.
Mm-hmm. My favorite companion from I'm just gonna name 3 New Vegas and 4 is Sharon, the ghoul. Fuck, there are so many good ones in New Vegas though. I'm just gonna go with Rex. I love his quest to get him a new brain. It's so stupid and funny. And then Fallout 4. Kind of just like Ada.
Oh yeah, that's the robot you can create, right?
Yeah, either Ada or Kate, I guess. I don't know. The Fallout 4 companions kind of suck compared to New Vegas when you look at them.
A little, kind of, yeah.
Oh, I like how there's McCready though. I forgot about McCready.
McCready was actually in 3. He was a kid in the 3rd game.
He was a kid in Fallout 3, and in Fallout 4 he's grown up. There's also the leader of the Brotherhood of Steel. I forget his name exactly. I think it's Maxis. He was a kid in Fallout 3, and he's also the leader of the Brotherhood of Steel in Fallout 4.
Oh yeah, that's true.
I thought they weren't connected. I thought they were completely different universes, but still Fallout.
No, they're all the same universe.
They're just different stories. They're not going to follow like a certain character. Like every game has their own character that you follow. They're not. I mean, that's basically it for their story. The first game you had the Vault Dweller. Second game you had the Chosen One, which was the Vault Dweller's grandson. 60, I think it was. Yeah, 60 years in the future. Or 80, sorry, 80 years in the future afterwards, after the first game. Third game is the Lone Wanderer. Fourth game, New Vegas was the Courier, and 4 is the Lone Survivor. They basically have their own names.
I don't think 76 has one, because 76 isn't canon.
76, you're just a... Yeah, as far as I know, it ain't canon.
Yeah.
I don't care what Bethesda says, it ain't canon.
You don't actually have a name. You're just it's just a title.
You're one of the many MMO players.
Basically. Your actions make you into that person. Like the Vault Dweller, no one called him that until after what he did in the first game, and then legends passed of like what he or she did. Mm-hmm. Same thing with the second one. I mean, the characters in New Vegas actually referenced the player character in the second one, but they mostly just called him some tribal because he was a tribal. You were a tribal in the second game. So
kind of like Elder Scroll, kind of like the Elder Scrolls, where you have the titles of Kavach and the Dragon and the Last Dragonborn.
Yeah.
Basically, yeah. You
have more titles in Oblivion, though. It was like, now you set me on the fucking rant. Now you're gonna have to deal with it. Because Oblivion actually felt like the people in the world actually respected you. Like at the end of the game, you become the champion of Cyrodiil. You walk in the city, the guards go, "All hail the champion of Cyrodiil!" and you walk to Skyrim and a fucking guard in Whiteburn goes, "Would someone stole your sweet roll?" And you fucking kill the world and basically save the entire fucking universe.
Yeah.
Isn't that kind of fucking stupid?
Yeah, Skyrim isn't as good as Oblivion. Get checkmate, atheists.
I never played any of those games, so I don't know. I don't got nothing to say about them.
Wow. Oh, I was also going to ask you, Borger, have you played, I think the game's called Outer Worlds. It's by the same development team as New Vegas.
Actually, yeah, I have played that game.
What did you think of it?
At least. It's gonna sound funny because like I love New Vegas so much. I wouldn't say I don't hate the game. It's actually kind of cool. I like the environments of the game. It's just I never get too much into it personally. I know there's a second one coming out here soon. I don't really know when or.
I've heard of that. Outer Worlds 2,
Outer
right?
Worlds, yep. Yeah, there's another one. Yeah. It was cool. It felt super easy though. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
The game felt easy, even on the hardest difficulty. It just felt easy, and there's not a lot of. Again, it had same thing. It had the issues that 4 for me was. It's not a lot of variety in like weaponry. I love variety in weaponry, and like stuff you can do in game. In a game like that, of course, like not just in general, but like in that type of game, I love variety. And in that game, there just wasn't a lot of it. The graphics looked fine. You know, the environments were cool. The gunplay was pretty solid. Pretty cool universe kind of thing. But again, if there's not a lot of variety going on, it kind of kills it for me, unfortunately.
Yeah,
but then again,
it also
didn't help that like when it first came out, I played it for a little bit, and then I had to do some stuff for a while, so I kind of like fell out of it. Then I went back to it about a year later or two, and I was just like, eh.
I think I rented it from a game rental place for like 7 days, and then I
still do that.
Not anymore. They shut down by me anyway. But I went to Family Video. And I rented the game, and I played it, and I almost beat it, but then I was just like, I don't care to finish this.
That's kind of how it was for me. I never finished the game, by the way.
Yeah, I heard the ending is bad, too.
Let's go.
So. Also, yeah, alcoholics. All of us are too good. We're all giga-chads.
I'm just too good at gaming. True, bro. You're right.
Yeah, the Borger is the Fallout giga-chad.
A day and a half, I could tell you the ending of Outer Worlds.
I don't want you to tell the ending on stream.
Someone's got to do it. Someone's got to do it. You got to play through it for us.
I can just watch a video.
I'm gonna watch the cutscenes on YouTube.
There's not really cutscenes, but yeah.
What the fuck?
He's like, God damn it.
Damn it, now I can cheat my way through it. I can do a karma move.
Yeah.
He tried his best.
Call what I do a go Pramer move. Wow, I said that really wrong.
He tries his best as karma can go.
Yeah, as best as karma can do, which is watch a video on YouTube and not actually play it.
Unless if it's a Pokemon game on the GBA, then I can actually play it.
Yeah.
Well, to be honest, his computer can't play games, and well, if it's not on the PlayStation, then
yeah.
And even then, I have a hard time getting a monkey.
Because he doesn't have Wi-Fi or some shit.
Yeah.
It's a PlayStation 3.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So, one last question I wanted to ask Borger now, before we end. What is your favorite settlement or town?
Ooh.
And this is from all the games, any game, whatever.
Oh, that's rough.
Not like, you don't need to name one from every game, just like one overall.
That's what I'm saying. There's so many.
I know what mine is. I don't remember what it's called, but I think it's called Rivet City. It's from Fallout 3. Yeah, it's the one in the ship. I loved it because, like, beside it being a little confusing to navigate, like, everyone there had a story that was interesting, and it actually had a useful marketplace, and there was even the underside where the crazy guy lived.
Yeah, I remember that. Pinkerton.
Yeah, Pinkerton, yeah.
Oh, damn, that's rough.
I have a favorite settlement too in Fallout, the one that gets hit by a nuke.
Oh, Megaton, yeah.
Megaton. There you go. Yeah.
I thought there was multiple that got hit by a nuke.
The entire world got nuked, but Megaton has an inactive nuke in it, and if you choose to, you can detonate the nuke.
Oh, that one sounds fun.
You also kill everyone except Moira. Moira becomes a ghoul.
you shouldn't do it until after you complete everything in that town.
Yeah.
Damn, I don't know. That's hard. I'm trying to
everybody
think.
said.
It's like, fuck. There's so many settlements. If I had to choose, okay. If I had to choose one, I'd honestly say New Reno from 2.
Okay, unfortunately, I don't know that one.
So I guess basically New Reno is basically your average. Your how do I say it? It's like Los Angeles basically of today's world. Let's just say that. It's a very
Right.
yeah, exactly. It's a very important it's not even a settlement. It's a city at that point. It's a full blown city, and New Reno's a city. It's basically like a very important like place because it's a huge like attraction of like just people to so much things going on. It's mostly a drug town, to be fair. Jet was created there, funny enough, by this kid named Marin. Anyways, but like it's just such a huge like hub world in that game, and there's so much side stories, there's so many characters in there. There's a lot of shit. You can spend so much time in New Reno because it's like basically if you want to do everything in Fallout 2 like 100%, you're gonna spend most of your time in New Reno just because there's so much shit to do. There's a lot of stuff there. It's so cool. I love New Reno.
Yeah, Monkey, what's your favorite settlement from Fallout?
And Borger, I heard you laugh. Fuck you.
I chuckled a bit too, Monkey.
I didn't do nothing.
Like I've not played much Fallout. But four was like I've enjoyed. I know like people bash on 4. Like I enjoyed 4.
That's funny.
I might get bashed, but I like Good Neighbor.
Good Neighbor is the one where the people kill synths, right? Oh no, Good Neighbor's the synth one, right?
Good Neighbor is the ghoul city.
The one in town where you meet Hancock, and the first thing that happens when you enter the door is someone tries to extort you, so you kill them.
Exactly.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah,
that's a pretty good place.
I like
I've never played the Fallout games, but I like the one that blew up by a nuke.
Yeah.
Stupid.
That's the only town I know.
Sanctuary.
Technically, they all blew up by nukes, but yeah.
That's the only one I know. Is that there's a giant nuke and you press a button and it goes boom.
Boom.
The one that goes pop. The one that goes poof.
How?
Okay.
Yeah, basically.
Honestly, that's funny.
I have one more question if you guys want me to ask it, or we can end here. It's up to you guys.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, we can go.
ahead.
We only go for up to 2 hours, so we're fine.
Okay. Borger and anyone else who can answer, what is your favorite DLC in the Fallout history? Mine is Point Lookout from Fallout 3.
You know what? I really like Automaton.
Yeah, being able to build your own robot is pretty cool.
Because
I actually did enjoy it a lot.
As I said, I haven't played any of them. I've only heard of 2 DLCs: Lone Road and Dead Money. That's it.
The good shit. The good shit.
I've heard of.
Let's go.
Like I could spend hours
and what
in robots.
Very little what I know of those. I'm gonna have to say that I would prefer Lone Road.
How about what is it called? Old World Blues, the one where you go to the moon.
I haven't heard of that one.
You go to Big MT. It's actually a mountain range. You're surrounded by mountains.
Yeah, and
It
on the
does
moon.
look like the moon though.
I don't know that
No?
one.
I thought it was on the moon.
Nope, it's in the was it Colorado? I think it was Colorado.
Oh, okay.
Somewhere around. Yeah. So big. It's funny you mentioned Big Mountain or Old World Blues because that's actually my favorite one.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah,
Lobotomites!
that's mostly because I'm an energy guns fanatic, and like, I mean I don't always do energy weapons for every playthrough, but they're my favorite type of weapon. So
that definitely did have the best armor.
Yeah, it's just so good.
The Stealth Suit Mark IV, I think it's called.
Stealth Suit Mark IV, yeah, that was good. God, it's such a good thing.
Dude, I loved Point Lookout, or is that what it... Yeah, Point Lookout, where he steals your brain. They kind of repeat it in Fallout New Vegas, but I really liked it in Fallout 3 because it was just fucking nonsensical. Like, yeah, you took some drugs and the guy took your brain.
Basically, Point Lookout's good.
I also love the mutants in Point Lookout. And the microwave gun.
Strong was a nice mutant.
Good.
Yes, he was. Congratulations, you contributed, Monkey.
Yes.
He did his best.
What's your favorite DLC, Monkey?
I do, it's automaton, because
Oh,
'cause
right,
I fucking
right.
love making robots.
Yeah.
Also, are y'all familiar with the, I don't know if the star system for legendary beasts was in the other Fallouts.
No, it wasn't.
It was only in 76, or in 76 there was a star system, which like, I mean, a 4-star, Marler Queen would regenerate her health 4 times, and would drop a better legendary equipment than a 2-star or 3-star Martyr Queen.
The only thing like that is in Fallout 4, there's 1-stars, and they regenerate their health once. And they always drop legendary items, which are just guns with a special attribute.
It's exactly
so,
that,
yeah.
but the legendary guns have like star levels in 76. I found a legendary 4-star Martyr Queen in 76 and brought 2 of my buddies. We emptied out every single fucking ammo in our stashes individually, every explosive. We killed the goddamn thing. We ended the goddamn fight with melee weapons.
Let's go.
Like, and they were so pissed at me afterwards.
What did you bring a sword to a gunfight?
No, we emptied out. We had the inventories full of ammo. But since the Melee Queens in 76 are way tankier.
They're just tanky overall, honestly.
No, they're even worse in 76 because the game is multiplayer, so you can gang up on them.
Let's go.
So they made them even tankier. So we emptied out every single ammo all Travis had, every single mini nuke, explosive, everything. We're out of all that. Then we go to our we ended up on our melee weapons, like I just said, and at some point I moved my base right next to the edge of of the place where we fought, just so we could respawn and go straight back to fighting.
Yeah.
I mean, they would hate me if I played Fallout 76 because I would bring the sword to a gunfight.
They hated me because I wasted all of their ammo, and I'm pretty sure we got shit legendaries from that.
I would be running up to them with a melee weapon, and they'd be trying to shoot me, and I'd just be going, "I'm over here, I'm over here, I'm over here. Nope, over here this time."
Sorry, you guys can't really see this, but it's Boone with really big hands, and it says, "You got any rusty spoons?"
Jeez.
I'm literally just looking at the community thing for Fallout New Vegas while we talk.
Fair enough.
Damn, man. Ah, flat play New Vegas now.
Is Dame Dame the fucking Yakuza song? Is that copyrighted?
Yes.
Okay, never mind then. Oh, you have to tell dog meat to go away at the end of Fallout 3. It's so sad.
You really
No, why?
just dog meat.
Dog meat's a dog. You name him dog
Dog
meat.
meat is the best dog
Fair
ever.
enough.
Not if you sing it. No, it's. I'm not singing it. It was one of those fake videos. They took Mr. House and had him sing Dame Dame or Dame No. I forget the name of this fucking song. Bakamatai. That's the name of the song.
Sing it.
No.
Why?
Oh.
What if we kissed at the NCR Ranger Monument?
I'm not.
Awesome.
Wait, what the fuck is this? Handmade custom collector's edition? No. Dude, wait, is this what I think it is?
What?
Hold on. It's not.
Jeez. That's funny, man.
What am I looking at?
Whoa, oh, sorry about the flashing lights.
New
Sorry.
roaches.
Fucking,
What the hell?
fucking hell. Flashing lights. Donald J. Trump is now playing Fallout.
Nice.
No, I was like, what the hell are those roaches
That's awesome.
doing?
Yeah.
We still have our old PNGs for when we look at stuff. Jesus.
Yes. This is pretty funny. Borger gets it.
Oh, let's see.
Don't be ridiculous. According to the map, this is the shortest way to the strip. I don't know, brother.
Let's go.
This doesn't feel right.
I love it.
Oh, does that say
Warning,
claws
Death
ahead?
Claw.
Yes.
Yep. Yep.
Ah, can't be that bad. Charge, my brothers, charge!
A Death Claw? Yeah, no.
Death claws.
I'd just run right through them. They
Oh, what
can't
the
hurt
fuck?
you if you're going. If they can't hurt you if you're running.
Ah!
Look at that.
I mean, right? If you're running too fast, they can't hurt you. Might be big scary monsters, but you can outrun them, can't you?
No, by the way. Sorry.
Oh,
And
what the hell?
The death claws are very fast.
Not only do they have big claws, and can deliver death quickly, they also run fast.
Yes.
Can't these things do?
Yeah, this is Fallout New Vegas right there. That's it. Thanks for getting my cyborg dog a new brain from that ski lodge full of mutants. Here, you can keep him. Gee, thanks the king. Jimmy's stuck in a well.
Jeez.
That's Fallout New Vegas.
It's fair.
Alright, let's go back to this screen before we end. Borger, do you have anything you want to shout out besides your, like, maybe your Twitch channel or something?
Honestly, not really. I mean, if anything, I just appreciate you guys even inviting me in the first place. All I heard was like, "Hey, Fallout," and like, "Shit, bro, I got you."
Hey, it's always a pleasure having you on. We
Yeah.
we need to start having more of the old people we used to bring on back on the show.
Oh, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
absolutely.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, I'm always available. I'm just
We
around
do
at this
have-
point.
Giraffe, who's supposed to come on.
Yeah.
Ooh, that sounds like a fun one. I'll be there. All right, man. But no, other than that, though, I ain't got no much else to say.
Okay, I'm gonna show this last meme before we go. Everyone, you want to check out any of our socials, go ahead and do exclamation point YouTube, exclamation point Discord, or exclamation point Twitch.
Twitter.
Do not join our Discord if you're under 18, because it's an old porn server.
Yes.
God, that's funny. Vegas will fall. Speech 100. Understandable. Have a good day.
Yes.
Great day.
You know what? Can we just say that, like, there's
I love
it's
that.
called Fallout New Vegas, but you don't ever go to Vegas?
Yeah, you do.
You really?
Yeah, you go to Vegas.
Yeah,
That's literally
No.
like the main town. Yes.
It's a lot smaller, of course, because most of it got destroyed. Some of it got
Not
destroyed. But
Vegas, though.
Yes, it is.
No,
It's
I
literally
had a-
Vegas, like
I
with
had a
casinos.
group of people rent to me for hours about the fact that New Vegas does not take place in Vegas.
It does though.
What did it do though? It's not the same Vegas, obviously, because most of it's gotten gone. But it was pretty. You also got to remember this is alternate history. So Vegas in that history is a lot different than our Vegas, because world went poof. Not only that,
Yeah,
but like
fair
even
enough.
prior, United States was a different type of United States back in the Fallout universe. They were isolationists.
Yeah.
Oh, of
Very,
course it would be like that.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Let's rate our friend
Yeah.
Kira list, by the way.
But yeah, again, I appreciate
Kira's
you all
live.
bringing me on
Yeah.
though.
Yeah, no problem, Borger.
Absolutely.
If you ever want to come on, just go ahead and
Let's
look
go
at our episode list and let us know if you ever want on another
Yeah, no,
episode.
we have a.
Sounds good.
yeah.
But yeah, I actually got to go though, because people. doing stuff, and I'm like, oh fuck, okay.
Yeah, we gotta go too. So, remember guys, if you're joining in a raid, use NTR-RAID. If you have the emote, please use the emote, and we'll see you all next Wednesday, probably. If you don't have the emotes, also, yeah, that works. Oh, thank you, alcoholics.
Thank you, alcoholics.
Thanks for the stream, guys.
My boy.
Nag, love, have a lovely rest
And
of
you
your
have a
day
lovely
slash
day or
night.
night also, my guy.
Yes. Alright, goodbye, everyone!
Alright, see ya.